And a lot of times I found, over the years, business leadership teams sometimes underestimate something that's on the adjacent lane, and they say, well, how hard can it be? It's almost the same. Well, almost the same is not quite the same, right? So,
No.
so I'm curious, that transition with your team, and you had a team at that time, and so some people who maybe had a lot of like security, job security, personal psychological security in doing what they were doing.
Sure.
Now you're asking them to do something different. How did you navigate that transition? Because a lot of owners sometimes have to make big changes, and they have to bring everybody along, or most everyone along who can make the journey with them.
Sure. So yeah, we were in a different situation we had already kind of positioned people within our company at the time when we had both under our umbrella, SolidWorks and Object. We said, okay, these people are going to be focusing strictly on Object. These people are going to be focusing on SolidWorks. So when we divided the company, we ended up selling the company. The people that were strictly with SolidWorks, we discussed with them, do you want a position with us moving forward into 3D printing? Are you willing to make that transition and learn? Or would you like to stay within your field of expertise, and grow with a larger company that is purchasing us? So we gave them that option before we just said, hey, by the way, we're doing this, and seeing as that you've been a SolidWorks expert for a while, see you later. No, we gave them the option to say to stay on with us. But also when we were purchased, they said they wanted our employees. Our employees are very valued, part of the acquisition.
Sure.
So, and employees are everything to the company. Without them, you have nothing. So, with that, they knew who these guys were. They were big players in the industry. So the company that purchased us said, listen, we want certain players on this team. So that was difficult, but yeah, we made that split. We made it pretty staunch. And I think that most people dealt with it with a good deal of alacrity. So they were dealing with changes for sure. We were moving locations. We had to set up a shop. As where we didn't before, everything was sort of virtual and phone and tech support. But now we needed to bring in some of these larger pieces of equipment, and now it's building up a capital equipment expenses. So there was a lot involved in that as well, without boring into the details of how we financed it and budgeting and all that other stuff. But yeah, very good question. But yeah, we had to we positioned it so our employees, most of them had a real decision in where they were going to go.